Okay, so the FX product is the same concept as a soil product, but for the leaves. So we're still focusing on main mode of action is feeding the biology, but now from the rhizosphere around the roots to the phyllosphere, which is the leaf surface. So we're targeting this with your fungicide application. So corn, you're going to be that R1 to R3, soybean that R3 to R5-ish time frame. So the idea there is, I mean, we know growing seasons can, from just maturity, you know, the cuticle layer changes on that leaf, which makes those microbes hard to survive. But then also environmental changes. High UV, high heat stress, change in moisture, all of that changes how your microbes thrive. So especially when we get later in the season, it's even tougher conditions. So that's the idea of, if we can put a food source out when there's really no food source for your phyllosphere microbes, we can kick those off, which is gonna get you better nutrient acquisition, resist that desiccation, hold that water better in the plant, but then also overall plant health. So we've seen great synergies with the fungicide application that late season and really taken that to yield. So with corn specifically, we've seen, you know, helping maintain that weight on the eater, mainly during that time period. So leading into higher yields and ROIs at the end of the season.
Yeah. And that's what we're looking for. You know, we just, seems like on the corn and soybeans, we run out of gas no matter what we do. We know it's not a fertility thing. It's a, you know, our biology is dying off enough, I believe, that we're losing some on the back end.
And it's interesting because there's studies now telling us that the leaf microbes can actually communicate with the roots. So they're sending signals and letting them know, hey, this is what we need. We've seen that with nitrogen, carbon, and phosphorus. Like, we're still learning what they do, but we know those main three are being triggered from the leaves down to the roots of the season. So that's the idea, is hopefully we can carry that through that time period where we know it's usually high stress. So it's low rates, use rate, you're talking 8 ounces an acre, and then you pair that with your fungicide application. So whatever you're going out with, soybean usually R3, R5-ish time frame, corn R1 to R3 time frame at that point. But
so like us, we kind of change our, you know, I'm kind of different on the soybean thing, on the fungicides. I don't like waiting till R3. You know, I think as soon as you go into reproductive, I think you should be putting a fungicide, in my opinion, insecticide. So could a guy do it at R1 and then come back at R5?
Yeah, I mean, we could go earlier. The main thing is just, you know, with corn going earlier, like VT, you get into the tassel and pollination where we don't want to mess that application up. So with soybean, it's a little easier. Yeah. In terms of, you know, the reproductive system. So we could go earlier. Does it need 2 shots? I think that's just looking at the crop and where we're at that time of the season. Going out, looking at that application and seeing, do we need to do another one?